Right, welcome to everybody who's just arrived. My name is Logan Horsted from Monefly, and I'll be presenting today's online workshop on using Monefly to create new finance leads. So we will be doing a Q&A session at the end, so feel free to type in any questions that you may have, and I will be reading them out and obviously answering all those questions as well. And yeah, obviously we've got a lot to cover off, so I'm going to jump straight into it, as I appreciate you guys are all probably at work at the moment. So if asked why we exist, the reason for Moneyfly is we are trying to enable, personal financial health and wealth to be understood, managed, and continuously improved in collaboration with professional advisors like yourselves. So brokers essentially form a very important part of the structure and the environment and the ecosystem that we're trying to create with users, and we're going to show you how you guys tie into that. And just so you know who I am, I'm the head of sales for Moneyfly. I've spent 10 years in property business development and sales type roles, heavily focused on building wealth through property. So I really do understand your guys' roles and the way you are interacting with clients. And I started my role with Moneyfly prior to the launch. And my main objective here is to build a prosperous experience for both our personal and professional users. So we want you guys to see this as a beneficial part of your tools that you can use to create leads and therefore create revenue in your business. So as part of the leadership team, we've got David House, who's the managing director, who's spent 30 years in similar industries and leadership type roles. He's got media, property, and digital SaaS experience, and founded an ASX-listed business under the code REP, real estate investor, it's known as, and works primarily in partnership sales and marketing, and also does that. So some of you might be familiar with Murray Lees. He co-founded the Connected Aggregated Network, and he's also a chairman on our board, and has obviously a high level of exposure to the brokering industry as a result, and which is why we've attracted him into the business as well. So Justin Davies is an executive director with the business. He's 17 years in IT industry. He's our main tech guy, the guy that I go to if we have any issues, and he's generally responsible for the upgrade and maintenance of the sites as well, and spends a lot of time working on the user experience and making sure that things are running smoothly for you and also for your and our clients respectively. So that's a little bit about us, just so you know who we are. And going back to the why do we exist, if you look at the current state of affairs in Australia right now, we've got 212% is the average percentage of household debt relative to their disposable income. 7 million Australians have no savings at all. 48% of them expect to run out of money in retirement. We've got 16 million credit cards floating around at the moment with a cumulative total of $208 billion in debt. And we've got lots of data available. It's very common in the market to have this data, but no real intelligence around it or what to do with it. And Moneyfly is obviously looking to change that. So if you think about the two target markets for Moneyfly as a business, it really is about consumers and professionals, and obviously maintaining a balance of the two, which is obviously why we're running these webinars today to provide you guys with a little bit more insight as to how it all ties in. So, right now we've got a population of approximately 25 million people, and 10 million of the middle class are dissatisfied financially, and that's out of the 13 million total that would consider themselves middle class right now as well. You guys are doing a wonderful job in signing 900,000 new mortgages per annum. And what we're looking to do, I guess, is take the people at the lower end of that scale and build them up to the middle, and then convert also the upper class as well. And to do that through obviously educating them financially, and also obviously giving them clarity about where they're at. But we're not the people that we want to do that. We just want to be the platform. We actually want you guys to take it by the reins and actually grab those people and say, okay, well, here's how you can build wealth through property, obviously, being the main attractor, and obviously what you guys tie into. So, right now there's 444,000 professionals, in the Australian market. 52,000 rather sit under the financial advice. There's 25,000 mortgage brokers, and we're doing a lot of work with all the aggregated networks right now to attract more brokers, as we really see this being the key piece of the puzzle in terms of delivering a wonderful experience for our clients, and also for attracting new business for you guys as well, which we'll dive into. So really it's about building a personal balance sheet, and as I mentioned, stepping people from these poor classes into the middle class and then into the wealthy class in an ideal scenario, and changing the way they're thinking about all of that, and how obviously we can tie you guys in, which would probably come in here if you think about mortgages, but also investment portfolios as well, which are becoming more and more common for Australians to have, and everybody's seeing value in that. Safe as houses, as the expression goes. So we can educate, consumers about financial literacy, but without the right tools and habits, little is going to change. So we want to be the tools. We want your guys' help in building the habits, which is why we're obviously running these webinars and why we built Monefly as well. So Monefly essentially can help consumers get a real-time view of their financial health and wealth. And we've got integrated bank, credit card, demographic, property, share, and credit score data. So they can use this all for free. It's absolutely free for a consumer to use. So there's no reason why they wouldn't use it. And we're attracting new users at a really reasonable rate on a daily basis, which is great. So we've already got traction, and we already have a database of users using the platform. It also allows them to set and track goals against financial milestones, and they can select and engage with professionals. So this is the bit that is relevant to you guys. We have what we call a professional directory, and if people are looking for brokers, they will be able to go to this professional directory, and it's absolutely free for you guys to jump on there and actually get yourself listed, and then people can reach out to you. So you can have access to a much broader database just by using Monefly. So, and we also want to build knowledge with educational resources, and again, you guys will play a key part in that. So that's what a user will see, just to give a bit of a snapshot. And obviously, there's a different screen. You can see here, we've taken a live feed from bank accounts. So it doesn't have the right to make any transactions or anything like that. It's just there to read the transactions that have been made, rather. Obviously, there's a property portfolio. We've got our own automatic valuation model. We've got share data as well, which ties back into the ASX listing, so people can track how they're actually their stock portfolio is performing, and obviously in assets and debt classes as well. So you can see here we've just got some example stuff in the form of an Audi and the yachts, and their valuations and what they're worth. So the point being is we want to give consumers the ability to look at their total net worth at any given time, but also to manage income and expenses and see where they're spending money. So I mentioned earlier that your clients will be able to set goals. So your clients will be able to say, okay, well, I want to reduce my credit card debt down, and then obviously track that as a category and say, well, okay, how am I actually performing on getting, say, 10,000 paid off in the next 6 months, for example, right? And you can use this any which way you like. Now, you guys can have access to this too. You can set yourself up as a personal user, so you can see what the customer experience is if you like. The idea being is that obviously managing income and expenses will become a lot more relevant for those trying to build wealth, and having clarity over how you're performing is always critical as well, right? So if any of your users logged in right now, they would see a dashboard similar to the one on screen, except obviously the figures would be empty in this aspect. So as you can see, we've got the credit score over to the left. We've got peer compare data to see how they're performing versus the rest of the pack, so to speak. Cash, which obviously links back into their bank accounts. Their property portfolio, which is updated with new valuations on a monthly basis. We've got a really good algorithm in there. It's really solid. We've got testimonials on the site from property investment advisors that work for Positive Real Estate. That's speaking good things about obviously the AVM model as well, so that people can see how much equity they have available. More importantly, you will be able to see this about your clients as well, but I'm going to go into that more in a second. So we've got obviously the share data and the asset platform there, and that includes stuff like self-managed super funds, which you guys may not have clarity over when you're speaking to a customer, and obviously levels of debt to help get a good read on total LVRs. So clients can invite their advisors and build a team around them. So essentially, I mentioned that professional directory before. Well, this is kind of an example of what it looks like. So as you can see, we've got a rating system as well. These are just some test accounts just to give you a bit of a feel for it. But what will happen in the future is that obviously this will be built out, and then your clients will be able to rate you. Other Monefly clients will be able to see that. So this is where you're going to start picking out some free leads from. And obviously having people interact with you through the professional directory and through the site is going to be beneficial to you. So how it actually helps professionals, and I'll start tying in now how you guys can actually use the platform, is that we're really here to boost your business, give you a place to share digital files, help understand your clients a little bit more and get a little bit more in-depth financial data from them without having to actually ask them for it or prompt them for it. They can actually give you access to it. Connect and communicate, and obviously some cool marketing tools, which we'll go through in the next couple of slides. So if you think about financial services pain points, email activity was the most common way of obviously interacting with your database, right? But it's dropping off. People are actually interacting with emails the way they used to. Open rates and click-through rates are dropping. I'm sure you guys are all cognizant of the fact, especially if you're working in your own businesses or part of a bigger machine as well. So speak to your local marketing guy, and they'll probably tell you that those figures sometimes reflect a 2%, or 3% open rate with a much lower click-through rate as well. So it's not really an effective way of doing things. There's cost pressure to digitize and outsource to drive down costs. So we're seeing a lot of work be outsourced, but also sent overseas as a result, which isn't really, I guess, a great way or a solution. But you have to move with the times, right? There's significant costs involved with doing outbound marketing. So we've got this aging model with value of tradition, business models declining, right? So if you think about traditional business models where we'll just email them, hope they interact with us, and build a database and or interactions with our clients that way, it's just not working anymore, guys. Relationships are in decline. Consumers have less time for inefficient professionals, and there's more choice as well. And $300 is the average cost of a new customer for financial firms to acquire using Google AdWords, for example. Again, if this stuff, if you're in your own business, I'm sure you'll be very well aware of the costs of a per client basis. More importantly, incomplete client data. So some of your clients you may have not even interacted with for some time. You may have serviced a loan with them approximately 12 months ago, but how much do you know about their current financial circumstances? And we're looking to obviously use Monefly as a platform to address that. So for the solutions that we're going to create for you, it's really about you being able to see a client's financial position in real time, being able to generate new sales opportunities as a result of profile marketing, lead generation, and engagement tools, which I'll quickly go into. And finance applications can be lodged digitally with brokers, and we actually have a CRM integration as well, where they could do the application directly into your CRM as well. So that's really handy, right? Like it's going to make things a lot easier for them to apply, and you're going to have all the financial details that you need for the loan application as a result. And you're going to be able to share encrypted documents and digital signing. We're moving to block and chain, encryption as well. So we're really cognizant of security is vital, but we're giving you a secure place and your clients a secure place to do that through Monefly's platform. So you guys can sign up. It's absolutely free. It's not going to cost you anything, and you can just jump in there and you can use it free and use all the functionality. And you've got 30 days, and we've got an engagement team that we can obviously work with you to get that set up and get the best use out of it right from the get-go to make sure that you're getting some results earlier in the set. So it's really easy to invite your clients. You can just sit there and invite them one by one with the simple first name, last name, email function, or you can do a bulk upload using a Excel CSV. Again, we have an engagement team there to help you through those processes, and I lead that team as well. So you might even hear from me as well. I do make these calls and make sure that all of our professional users are getting set up and getting running right. So we're here to help essentially. So one thing that I do want to talk about is database security. Now we understand that you need to protect your database. I'm a small business owner as well, and I completely appreciate the cost and obviously the time that goes into building those databases. So Monefly will not market to your clients if they don't join. We're not going to market to them at all, and we will tag your clients to you if they do join as well. So they actually get tagged, and they won't be able to see any other professional users in the same profession category as well. So if you're a broker, other brokers are not going to be able to see your clients, and vice versa as well. So we understand that the protection needs to exist. So we'll tag your clients to you, even if you do invite them and they don't join using the invite you sent. They will still be show in our system that you sent out that invite initially. So there's no issue there. So really we're big on and we understand protecting your database. We just wanted to take the time to articulate that and make sure that you guys understand that. So there's a simple sign-up page. Again, that's what the user sign-up page looks like, and it's free for them, and that's where they'll get directed as a result, just so you know what that looks like. So quite identical, obviously, to the professional page, just missing, obviously, the professional category. So this is what the dashboard is going to look like for you guys when you sign up, except obviously there'll be zeros in here. I've just put some data in so you can see. So you'll be able to view all of your clients, click of a button. You'll be able to view all your opportunities and triggers, which I'll talk more about in a moment, and total clients and how many clients have added this month as well. So super simple to use, right? Like there's not a lot of layers upon layers of functions that you need to wade through. So if you think about the last client that you serviced, this is probably what you know about them, right? You serviced a loan for $324,000 to acquire a property that they may have purchased for, say, $480,000 in this example. They've had some equity increase over time. That's great. You might be able to do that using CoreLogic or any other data provider that you have. And you know that they had a little bit of cash in the bank, but obviously they've exhausted some of that through the not application process, but obviously the acquisition process of acquiring that property. So apart from that, generally speaking, you won't know much more. And once more, if they're just a person on your database, if they're someone that you haven't transacted with, so let's think about, how many people do you have on your database right now? And let's say it's 10 or 20 or 30,000 or even 5,000, doesn't really matter. How many of those people would you have actually transacted with in the last 12 months? And obviously, it's going to be a much smaller subset of that. And let's just say we use 100, for example, from 10,000 people. So now you've got this 9,900 other people that you may not even know this about, but we're going to give you the ability to see that, because if they start using this platform, you'll have clarity of that data. So, clients won't share financial information unless there's something in it to benefit for them. So we're obviously trying to provide that reason and give them the ability to look at their overall picture, get their credit score data, see where they're actually at, where they can improve, but also interact with professionals like yourselves to give them guidance on how they can keep those financial gains coming. So, clients can add other details. They can add other properties that they own, which may not necessarily be visible to you guys when they were talking to you. They can add their bank accounts. It's all very simple, streamlined process. We use an integration through Yodlee. So Yodlee services 5,200 financial institutions, worldwide. We actually just did a quick mail out about their list. I think they're operating with 70 million clients using the platform. So very, very secure system. There's actually more information on our site if you want to go and have a read about that. So what will happen in effect is that as clients are filling in this data, they're going to get a new depth of data to view. So you'll be able to see their share data, their asset data, and that's going to give you a much clearer snapshot. And you can obviously open a digital workspace with your clients as well, which has a Dropbox integration into it so they can share secure files. So if you think about, when you sent some loan application forms out, the old snail mail method, and how long it takes to get back, well, we're trying to mitigate that issue and obviously give you a secure place to do that. So Dropbox is encrypted. We're using Dropbox in that function, but we'll be moving to block and chain encryption as it becomes available to the business as well. So you'll be able to dive into any of the available data that a client may have. So you can see here, I've just gone into the property portfolio. Great, okay, so this is the properties that they have. Here's the net equity. They've got, approximately 210,000 worth of equity. Okay, can I go and finance, or can I, would they be able to apply for finance and actually receive that? So you guys will be able to use this as a lead generation model, because let's face it, not everybody understands equity, right? It may be simple to you and I, but your end client may not really understand what the value is in it. But you know that if there's certain metrics that are met, and they've got, a good DSR, good LVR, and they've got a good income, that they should, be able to apply for another loan. But we want to give you that view and also see what cash they have on hand as well. It's not just about the equity picture. And all of that is updated. So once your client inputs it, it will update on a monthly basis. It's linked to their debt accounts. So it is accurate in real time, and you'll actually get a good feel for, where they're at, and obviously be able to give them a call and, advise them, okay, great. Hey, did you know, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, that you have 200,000 of equity and 50K in the bank? We could probably get you financed for 500,000 as a result with today's market, with St. George for 5% for the sake of argument. And that's how you're going to start using Monefly to generate additional finance revenue for you. And those extra commissions and trail are going to be vital in keeping your business heading in the right direction, right? And I've got friends that work as brokers, and they are using the platform as well, just FYI, and they're getting some good result from it, which is good. So you'll be able to check other loans that may not be with you. So for refinance opportunities, again, I've got a good friend of mine, Mario, who's using the platform, and he's a broker based in Sydney. He noticed that one of his clients had 2 other loans that he wasn't even aware of, and they were in trust. And basically, he said, well, hey, given the interest rates from when they would have applied, they would have been a lot higher than where they're at now. Do you want to, refinance these and secure the refinance? So, people are getting good results through this, and you can obviously go and replicate that with your guys' databases as well as the other leads that are sitting, just on our servers, waiting for someone to be their broker as well. So you can also check asset information. Now, asset information will have more or less relevance depending on what type of assets they have, of course. But a good example is self-managed super funds. So you can see here that I've highlighted that this is an SMSF, and I've got 165 grand sitting in there right now. So, this can, again, be a good finance opportunity for you guys to capitalize on. The good thing is that you'll be able to just go down here and click create an opportunity, current opportunity rather, and that will market that person as an opportunity for you to follow back up. So you can just go through your client list, mark up all the opportunities, and then approach them how you see fit. So you can do that directly, over the phone. You could do that through Monefly. You can do that through a mail out specific to those clients and say, hey, we've identified you as a client that has X amount in their SMSF. Did you know you could apply for one? So it's actually up to you how you interact as well. Our job is to give you the information. Your job is obviously to use it in a way that is meaningful and actually generate additional business that way. So one function that I really like, and I think you guys will get great value out of, is the Smart List. So Smart List essentially will allow you to take your entire database and then display the critical information about them that is relevant. So in using this, you can see the little drop down here. It's got all the different classes and subsets of information. But just to give you an example of what one looks like, you can say, okay, we'll show you the total property value, the total debt balance, total cash, and the mobile phone number. So how handy is that, right? You could just generate a list, hit save, name it whatever you like, opportunity list, and then it will update, on a daily basis. So you can just come in there every day and just mark up opportunities, or just call them because you've got the mobile number right there, and just say, hey, you've got $300,000 of usable equity. Did you want to go out and purchase another property? So this stuff is going to be really, really helpful for you guys in generating new finance leads as well. And having the right information at your fingertips, and being able to articulate to the client why you're calling them, why you're reaching out. You're not just saying, oh, hey, did you want to apply for a new loan? You're doing it with a specific reason. You've got obviously 300K of equity, and let's go again. So as I mentioned, we understand security. So Monefly uses Yodlee for transaction data. They have 70 million users worldwide. They incorporate bank-level security. So if your clients use internet banking, or if you use internet banking, you're getting the same level of protection that the banks are using. We use our own algorithm for property value data. So this is not an externally sourced feature. This is all in-house. And all data is securely stored on our servers. So data is not sent to any third parties, and clients have full control over what data they want to share with their professional network. So if they don't want you to have access to it, they don't have to do it. We're not forcing them into a position to share it. They elect what data they want to share with their professional advisors. So important for you guys to know that as well. So if you wanted more information, you can just jump onto the security page on our website. It's at the bottom. Just scroll down right in the center, hit security, or the web address is there, monefly.com/au/security, and that'll give you a lot more information. As in previous webinars, I did get asked a lot of questions around security on the site, and we just want to make sure that everybody's comfortable with that fact. Some interesting facts, though, just there for you. So currently, the members that are using the database, have 316,000 worth of cash, on system. $270 million worth of property, 11 million in shares, 26 million in assets, and 93 million in debt. So that's just one of the current users, and we took a quick snapshot of that just to show who's using it and what's currently there on system. So this is the professional directory as well. So Laura Chug works as a property investment advisor for Positive Real Estate. I'm listed on there as a buyer's agent under J&L Properties. So you can see that obviously they've got a little bit of a blurb. You've got all your links to your social media as well, so people can reach out to you. And it's like using, a modernized digital version of the Yellow Pages. So that can be really handy, obviously, for having that. You'll also be able to distribute any updates. So if you think about all the stuff that you guys are doing right now through Facebook, through Twitter, or any other Instagram, for example, or any other social media platforms, all the direct mail out stuff, and talking about changes, obviously from the Reserve Bank in rates, and anything that's relevant, you'll actually be able to do that. But you can do this to the complete database that we have. So instead of just doing it to your database, you'll actually be able to post your news and distribute to a database, and you'll be able to brand that with your own branding as well, which is important, and then co-brand it if you wish to do so as well. So imagine being able to have a much bigger reach. And if you think about Facebook terms when you're doing your advertising, they talk about reach. Well, your reach is going to be infinitely bigger because you're talking about a much bigger database. So that's one of the advantages of obviously using the Monefly platform. So I mentioned that we integrate with a CRM, and you can see here, this is an example of how an application would go. As you can see, it's just simple 5 lines. It does integrate, obviously, and has an API link through to Mercury in this example, so you can enter your connective ID, connective password, and then all of the other clients' data that is relevant will be sent because they have it in their profile. So dependents, what they're earning, obviously bank account figures, property portfolio, that will all be wrapped in and sent to you. You can elect what you want and need as well to plug back into your guys' CRM, so that you're not reliant on us to house that information. That information will actually enter your CRM as well. So it's a handy feature of Monefly. So the outcomes are really going to be around consumers are going to have the ability to significantly improve their financial results, and they're going to be using you guys as part of that process. Professionals will build stronger relationships and better business, and we're not just reaching out to brokers. We're reaching out to conveyancing partners. We're reaching out to financial, advisors as well. Lawyers, insurers as well. So they're all the types of people that are starting to use Monefly. So it's all about marketing, targeting, connecting with that audience, engaging with them, getting your brand out there, selling, and then analyzing the results and generating new business as a result. So for investment advisors, you're going to gain real-time client insights, document sharing, and communication platform to better manage your clients' financial activities and position. So that stuff is going to be infinitely valuable to you, and is really going to up your business. Now, I don't need to tell you guys what you make, in terms of commission from a loan or a refinance, and obviously a trail. So the free membership doesn't cost anything, as you can see, but we do have blue membership and platinum membership options, which I'll go into in a moment, and they're $80 or $178 per month on a individual basis, or we have enterprise rates if there's more than one user. So you're gonna have the ability to use everything for the first 30 days, so you'll be able to use all of the functionality. But some of the blue membership inclusions is that you're going to have professional directory exclusivity. So if clients have invited you to Monefly, they'll be able to see any competitors in your category in the professional directory while they're connected to you. So if someone happens to reach out to you that wasn't one of your clients or not from your database, and they connect with you as their broker, that will automatically exclude all of the other brokers in the network, even though they weren't your client to begin with. They might have come through our current user database. So that can be really handy. People will be able to give you testimonials and reviews, and then also you're going to be able to invite any of your clients to connect. Grab wealth of graphic data categorization. So even the clients that don't share their data with you, they'll basically, you'll be able to see how they're categorized. So for example, do they have 0 to 50,000 or 0 to or 50 to 100,000 worth of equity? So we're still able to provide data categorization, under paid membership to you as well. And you're going to get all of the deeper client insights, so all that smartless functionality as well. be available for the first 30 days, and then thereafter you can enter a paid membership if you wish to. So also, we're integrating ID verification. So as you guys know, anti-terrorism laws require you to ID your clients. We're actually going to have that functionality available for you as well. And digital document signing as well, all available and included within your membership. So if you think about what you guys spend on digital document signing right now, I would encourage you to factor that into obviously the cost of a monthly membership with us versus what you're just paying for that alone. You can have branded newsletters as a result. And also, you'll be able to grab, mortgage aggregator CRM integration as well, which is handy, and valuation lockups as well, and also more market intelligence that we'll be able to grab as a result. So all of that stuff is going to be pretty, I guess, handy for you. So look, I mean, the key points for paid versus free, right? You're going to have a greater depth of client data with access to alphabetical segmentation, target the right people, better your conversion rates as a result. The ability to elect what professional types your clients can view as well. So you can exclude, if you've got partners, for example, you'll be able to exclude those professional categories as well. And your clients can lodge applications directly to your CRM, infinitely more helpful. So clients can review and rate you, which is visible to other users as well, and will therefore help you attract more users, clients rather. So, really the keys to success with Monefly is about trust. We're building trust by delivering exceptional value and security, automation, AI and automation that delivers financial results. So the whole idea is, when you obviously get all of the data in there, you don't have to update it, it will self-update. So simplicity, easy use, no user data maintenance required, it's all done automatically for you. So if you think about our competition, realistically, there's My Prosperity, Pocketbook, Money Brilliant, MoneySoft. What they offer and what they do is more related specifically to cash flow management, and some have shared data integration as well. As you can see, we're free across the board, so we're providing a much deeper experience for your clients and our clients as well, to obviously go and basically compete with these other people. Well, it's hard to compete with free because some of these guys have paid services for some of the stuff that we're operating for free. So, some good reasons there, obviously, to use Monefly from a client perspective. So we've got an ecosystem, focused on, the platform integration and how people are talking, right? So we've got professionals and consumers working with each other, data tools, AI, and engagement with the consumers and also with the professionals. We're moving to robo-advice space, banking and payments, P2P, and information services are being available plugged into that ecosystem as well. And that's some of the stuff that's on the horizon as we move forward, especially in the robo-advice space. So if you look at our growth forecast, based off of the activity that we have in play right now, we're fully expecting to hit 42,000 personal consumers by financial year 18, and we would like to have 1,200 subscribers like yourselves from the professional category by the same year. So we're trying to keep that nice ratio of consumers and obviously professionals as a result. Obviously, those figures peaking out in the next 5 years to 500,000 consumers and 20,000 professional subscribers. So we already have partners in place, and these are the people that we're obviously attracting users from. So we've got Key Media, so they do Your Investment magazine and Your Investment Property magazine as well. So we've also got Positive Real Estate, so there's almost 400,000 between those two. Then we've got Knowledge Source, Key Educator, as you guys are probably well aware. So that's about 500,000 consumers at that point, and then Ann Street Partners with about 4,000, and then the Connected Network as well with 2 million. So in terms of the advisors as well, and subsets of that, you can see we're trying to work with Aussie AFG, Smartline, Mortgage Choice, Connective obviously as well. But obviously outside of that, My Market and a couple of the other larger firms as well, we're looking to deal with. So, essentially the opportunity for you is really around lead gen from your Monefly membership, deepening your level of database knowledge, creating opportunities from that as a result, or use Monefly for your current clients and deepen engagement and sell solutions around what you're finding in the data. And that's essentially where we see the value proposition for you guys. So you're going to get better retention and more sales as a result. You'll be able to integrate all that data back into your CRM and segment your high-value clients and customize workflows. Reduce email list churn because you're not going to be emailing as often. You'll be able to have more meaningful interactions with your clients and higher conversion into new sales opportunities through better targeting. So, Monefly, as the tagline, it's rocket science. And, realistically, where do you go from here? Well, you can set up your advisor membership for free. You can start inviting clients, again, to deepen your access to their data. And your audience, you can begin communicating via the platform and build your audience through the professional listing as well. So you're going to be able to use smart lists and identify potential clients as well, and reach out and have a meaningful conversation. Present solutions, assist your client in their journey to create their financial freedom as well, and you get to play a key part in that. So we'd just like to know, obviously, from everybody that is watching, look, if you'd like a call and would you like our engagement team to assist you with setup, feel free just to hit yes, and we're happy to give you a call. It's free of charge. It will take approximately 5 to 10 minutes usually. It's not normally a long part of that. Anybody who says yes will shoot out a quick email to you, and you can elect a time that's convenient. And we do work after hours, so if you'd like to get in touch with us, or even just ask us some questions as well, by all means, just feel free to hit yes. And there's no fees or anything or any other obligation for doing so. We just want to be as helpful as possible. So I'll close that off in 5 seconds. Okay, no problem. So everybody who said yes, I will make sure that I will give you a call tomorrow, and make sure that we're giving you a hand to get this set up. So thank you for that. So, okay, sign up, right? It's free essentially. You can use Monefly. Just go straight to monefly.com, and you can jump in for free. And we look forward to seeing you online. And now I'd just like to open it up to any questions. If you guys have got any questions at all, please feel free to type them in, and I'll be happy to answer them and go through. And apart from that, thank you for taking the time out of your day. I appreciate that 37 minutes is probably most of your guys' lunch break. So thanks for tuning in and taking the time to spend some time with us. And we hope you've got some value out of this and can see, more importantly, the value with Monefly and how you can use it for your platform. So I'm going to grab a quick glass of water, and then I'll come back and answer some questions. Maybe 2 seconds. Okay, so just got a question from Phil. Phil's just asked if a client invites you guys as their advisor to use the platform, how does that work out? So basically, Phil, what would happen is that they would send you an invite, you'd be able to join, and you would automatically fall into what we call their team. So they'd be able to have visibility over you as their broker advisor, and you would automatically be added to their team, and they can then start sharing that data with you from the get-go. In terms of them being tagged to you, then because they invited you, you wouldn't be in that scenario, or they wouldn't be, tagged to you in that scenario. However, if you were one of our paid users, you do have the rights to sort of say, okay, anybody who I'm part of their team, I don't want them having view of other professional users. That's one of the benefits of paid membership with us. So that can be quite valuable to you. So next question is from Cassandra. It's just around obviously the cost and justification for the cost. Well, the justification for the cost is essentially related to we're providing all of the credit score data. We're providing a lot more in-depth data for you as well. There is a cost, obviously, for us hosting that. If you think about, again, what you guys would generally generate in terms of commissions off just one finance deal, even if you annualized our $80 per annum cost, then you're going to work out realistically well ahead even by that logic. So if you could just generate one client from Monefly, which I'm confident you will be able to do, even within the first 30 days of using Monefly, and obviously we'll assist you in that function as well, then you're going to be, it's going to be a self-sufficient thing, right? Like you're essentially just paying to use the tools, but the tools are paying for themselves because they're generating you additional activity. So that's kind of how we're justifying the cost, and I hope that answers your question, Cassandra. Okay, so Mitchell just asked if we can advertise to the broader Monefly audience. Yeah, look, absolutely. That's what that distribute function is for in terms of marketing tools that you have available, Mitchell. And you'll be able to, basically co-brand those images as well. It will show that you obviously were the person posting it. So anything you post will then be distributed, and then you will be able to say, okay, great, I want to get in contact with Mitchell. I agree with what he's written, or obviously what he said in this. It might be a video blog, it might be just some written content as well. So by all means, feel free to use original content that you've developed yourself. Or you can use other content that you think may just be relevant and attract obviously people to look at you and what you're obviously saying as well. Okay, all right. Well, that appears to be all of the questions, guys. So, all right, guys. On that note, I'll wrap this one up. Thank you all again for attending. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to get in contact with me directly through the website. All the questions come back to me anyway, so you're more than welcome to send anything through there, and I'm happy to talk to you guys there. Thanks for attending.